Good evening and welcome to our December 6th, 2016 Ogden City Council meeting. Let the roll call reflect that all council members are present with the exceptions of Vice Chair Blair. And just a note that Chair White has no voice tonight, and therefore I will be the acting chair facilitating the meeting. So Councilmember Lopez, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Absolutely. Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, and now would you please join us for a moment of silence? Thank you. Okay, the next item on our agenda is approval of minutes. The first is for the regular meeting of July 5th, 2016. Councilmember Garner.
Councilmember Heyer, I have reviewed those minutes and found them to be correct to the best of my recollection.
Thank you. And the regular minutes of August 16th, 2016. I have reviewed those minutes and found them to be accurate. And let's see, Chair White, can you review the joint work session of September 6th, 2016 minutes?
I have reviewed them and they're correct.
Thank you. And then the joint work session of September 13th, 2016, Councilmember Stevens.
Yes, those minutes are correct.
Regular meeting of September 20th, 2016, Councilmember Nadolski.
Thank you, Chair Pro Tem. I've reviewed those minutes, found them to be accurate.
And finally, the work session of September 20th, 2016, Councilmember Lopez.
Yes, I reviewed the minutes, found them to be accurate. And I move that we approve the minutes as they stand.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Lopez, seconded by Councilmember Garner to approve the minutes. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, next item is our common consent portion of our agenda. There are two items on the common consent. First is the street vacation of a portion of Childs Avenue. And second, there's a residential vacation rental fees ordinance. Do I have a motion?
Acting Chair Heyer, I'll make a motion that we adopt both items of common consent 5A and 5B.
I second it.
To set the public hearing for December 20th.
I second that.
Motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Stevens. That's right. And this is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay. Next on our agenda is public hearings. The first is fiscal year 2017 budget amendment. Comcast grant and interfund loan to RDA for future property purchase.
Lisa Stat will be presenting these next two items.
Welcome, Ms. Stout.
Thank you, council members. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this evening. The items on your agenda for consideration this evening are to appropriate additional funds into the Ogden City budget. The budget amendment that includes a grant from Comcast Cares. This is revenue the city receives for providing volunteers at the Comcast Cares Days. We are proposing that we appropriate these funds in the general fund in the public services budget. They have a budget they call special supplies, and they use that budget to help with Make a Difference Day and other volunteer activities in the city. And the second part to this budget is a use of sanitary sewer fund balance in the amount of $269,000 and to reappropriate $643,000 that is going to be returned to the sanitary sewer fund balance for a total of $912,000. It's proposed that this is an interfund loan to the redevelopment agency. This will be addressed, this promissory note and the details of it will be reviewed later tonight on your agenda. But this is the budget opening to allow that that interfund loan to occur.
Any questions for Ms. Stout? Thank you. Any discussion prior to a motion? Oh, this is a public hearing. Thank you. Can I get a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Nadolski, seconded by Councilmember Lopez to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, public hearing is now open. Not
Movement, I make a motion that we close the public hearing. Acting Chair.
I have a motion by Councilmember Lopez, seconded by Councilmember Nadolski to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, now do we have any discussion or a motion?
Seems there's no further discussion. I'll make a motion that we adopt proposed ordinance 2016-59.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Nadolski to adopt ordinance 2016-59. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Garner,
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez,
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski,
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens,
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer,
Aye.
Chair White,
Aye.
That passes. Okay, next item is item 6B, fiscal year 2017 budget amendment, arts program funding, police grants, and interfund transfers for future demolition and property purchase. Welcome, Ms. Stout.
Thank you again. The ordinance before you this evening relates to a budget opening that was initially submitted at $1,133,325 to appropriate additional funds in the Ogden City budget. The administration would like you to consider a substitute ordinance and attach schedules lowering this budget appropriation to $33,325. This would remove from the original budget opening submitted a appropriation of $1 million from the BDO lease revenue to transfer $100,000 to the general fund and $900,000 to the RDA. And would leave in an appropriation of $19,200 for the World Music Festival. It was awarded a ramp grant this year by the ramp committee, and the additional revenue to the 19.2 relates to tickets and other merchandise and sales they are expecting to have in relation to this program. Additionally, this leaves in an appropriation of $14,125 in the miscellaneous grants fund. This would appropriate $5,000. It's a state grant. It's a state grant for bicycle rodeo. It's a program the police department runs, and they do it every year. Primarily, it provides helmets and bicycle safety activities for children in the community. Additionally, to appropriate $9,125 to the Bulletproof Vest program. This was an additional award the city received this year.
Okay, thank you. Is there any questions for Ms. Stout concerning this item?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I will make a motion that we open the public hearing regarding this item.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Nadolski to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, we now have a public hearing open. If you would like to discuss something on this petition, now would be the time.
Seems there's no movement. I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Nadolski to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Public hearing
Acting
is-
Chair Heyer, I will make a motion now to substitute the ordinance that removes the appropriation of the $1 million in BDO lease revenues leaving a total of $33,325 in revenues and appropriations.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Nadolski, to substitute the ordinance that we have a...
$33,000.
Have it in here? Yeah, we have to a total of $33,325, and this is a roll call vote.
Just a voice vote.
Oh, this is a voice, oh, I'm sorry, this is a voice vote. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
And now with that, I'll make a motion that we adopt the substitute ordinance 2016-60.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Garner, second by Councilmember Nadolski, to adopt the substitute ordinance 2016-60, and this is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Lopez.
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski.
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens.
Aye.
Councilmember Garner.
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer.
Aye?
Chair White.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Next item on the agenda, reports from administration. And first item is an interfund loan from sanitary sewer to the 25th Street RDA for purchase of 2557 Grant Avenue.
Mr. Cooper will be handling both of these next two items.
Welcome, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you. Good evening. I hope you feel better.
I do too.
So, if you don't mind, I'd like to handle items 1 and 2 under Section 7. They're related. So, as you recall, back in 2012, the Hostess Company filed for bankruptcy. And shortly after that, in 2013, the Flowers Foods Baking Company acquired all of their assets, including the Hostess plant that has occupied a good portion of the block between Grant and Lincoln on 26th Street for a long, long time. The original building was constructed here back in 1907, and that was actually the Brown ice cream facility. That's the building there. A portion of that building was the original Brown ice cream facility. It's been expanded on and has grown under the Continental Bakery brand since it was constructed. So now it's 116,000 square feet of vacant space, and since the acquisition by Flowers Foods, we have been working with them to acquire the property. So tonight's actions will be related to the sources of funds needed to make that acquisition. Specifically speaking, Resolution 2016-26 is an interfund loan between the Sanitary Sewer Fund to the 25th Street RDA for the amount of $912,000. This loan is a 5-year loan. It's matched to the PTIF rate, so it has an interest rate connected to it. The PTIF is the Public Treasurer's Investment Fund. It's the rate in which we get back on the investments that we make as a city. So as we look to loan funds from the city to the RDA, we would be doing that at the same rate as if we were investing those in other funds. It has a 5-year term with no payments due during that term, but with a balloon payment at the end of the 5 years. The repayment source for that $912,000 would be sourced from the parcelization and sale of those parcels on this property. So we look to demolish the building and to subdivide the property and sell the property off either as a mixed-use development or as individual parcels for individual projects. So that is Resolution-2016-26. Any questions about the loan between the sewer and the RDA?
Question from Mr. Cooper concerning that. Okay, thank you.
So Resolution 2016-27 is similar. This is a loan between the CBD Mall RDA to the 25th Street RDA. The reason why it's being presented to you as a council is that state law requires that the local jurisdiction of the RDA approve that loan also. So this resolution contemplates a loan of $1.138 million between the CDB Mall RDA and the 25th Street RDA. It has the same terms as the sewer fund loan that I just mentioned. It's a 5-year term, interest connected to the PTIF, no payments due, balloon at the 5th year. And again, these monies combined with the $912,000 from the sewer fund would go to acquire the building and to help demolish the building. Any questions about that?
Any questions for Mr. Cooper about that part? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so these are two separate items, and so we will treat them as such. Do we have a motion on the first part?
Acting Chair Hire, I'll make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-26.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Nadolski, second by Councilmember Lopez, to adopt ordinance, or resolution 2016-26. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Stevens?
Aye.
Councilmember Garner?
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Councilmember Nadolski?
Aye.
Acting Chair Hire?
Aye.
Chair White?
Aye.
Okay, that passes.
Acting Chair Hire, I'll make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-27.
We have a second.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilmember Lopez, second by Councilmember Garner, to adopt resolution 2016-27. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Nadolski?
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens?
Aye.
Councilmember Garner?
Aye.
Councilmember Lopez?
Aye.
Acting Chair Hire?
Aye.
Chair White?
Aye.
Okay, that also passes. Next item on our agenda is public comments.
Acting Chair, in our work session, we indicated that the Brown Building, if possible, should be saved because of the historical factor in our community, and we'll do what we can to achieve that goal. So
That's worth putting on the record. I appreciate you bringing that up. That is an administrative action, and I assume that that's going to go forward. We'll save that building and
As long as we can.
reuse it at some future point. Going to get into that. Okay, great, thank you. Public comments. Anyone wish to address the council on any topic? You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Wilson Tolman. I live at 425 Canyon Road, Ogden. And I've been struggling to try and understand how the public and the city council work. And I've got a handout on role of the city council and the city council norms 2016. And specifically in the council norms, there's no mention under section 8 of relationship with the public. I kind of can see that there's some relationship that is noted in those rules, but I'd like to have it made clear, the relationship between the city council and the public, and have it so noted in your council norms. And there's another matter. I intend to mount a protest about the consideration of rainwater runoff of private property or residential property as a utility. I checked with the City Works Department. They do not have a meter to measure that. And I think that the decision was arbitrary, but I think it should be a tax item, some property tax item rather than that. And this I'd like to address to the administration. In mounting this protest, we will be paying our utility bills in $2 bills. I don't want to burden the cashier or the cashier at the Public Works. And so if we do that with one $2 bill or one $2 check, would it be so noted that a protest was made, and the precinct that that protest came from, if that's available. For me, I give my name and address anytime to let you know that I'm not happy with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tolman. Anyone else? Okay, seeing no movement. Look for comments from our mayor.
First thing, I appreciate you being here, and we'll certainly take note of that. And I want to, as this is the first council meeting after what was a great holiday weekend, thank our Public Works and Christy McBride and everyone else. I don't know about you all, but it took me 3 days to get my tree up and the lights working on it. And when I look at what they have outside, it's absolutely amazing. I can't believe that our Make-A-Wish girl hits the switch and all that comes on at the exact same time. So that's a huge labor of love, and we appreciate all the time and energy and effort that all those volunteers and our staff have put into that. So I wanted to publicly thank them for that.
Thanks, Mayor. Council members, any comments?
I echo what the mayor said. The light parade was just an outstanding event for us, and there was a huge amount of people both watching the parade and also at the amphitheater for the activities there. Plus, Christmas Village, they surpass every year what they do in our Christmas Village, and Jay and his crew has a lot to do with that, and also Christy has a lot to do in that. And I just want to thank those individuals who worked hard to brighten our city for the holiday season, and remind us that if we shop in Ogden, then we have those items to replenish some of the activities that we have here in the city.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Just to, it was Thanksgiving and then the kickoff for the Christmas season, but thank you to the city, Jay and his crew, Christy. The parade, the electric light parade, has become a tradition. I had family that came from out of town and looked forward to it every year. The weather was wonderful. We had almost 60 entries in the parade, which was, phenomenal. But I did hear a lot of just the laughter and the joy of the children made it a very special occasion. And just thank you so much for this great tradition and what our city does for its citizens with Christmas.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Chair, I'd just like to submit to the record that it took me 1 week to decorate one tree in my house, so more than double the mayor. Also, thank you to the staff who were involved. Please pass along our appreciation that being at the parade is a perfect reminder of how much work goes into it, not only from our staff, but the volunteers on our committee. Many people in the community. Special thanks to Rick Danger and crew at Pepsi for the work that they did, and I thank you, Mayor, and your staff for the work you did with the Make-A-Wish. Really making that a special event for her.
Thank you.
Very meaningful. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I want to thank Mr. Tolman. Is that your last name, sir? Yes. Mr. Tolman, for coming out and addressing us. And I'm looking forward to learning more about the rainwater runoff, which I'm not aware. I'm not sure what this is about, but I'm going to be asking for information. And if there's anything I can do to help, please reach out to me. Let me know, sir.
Okay, since you can't talk, I
No,
assume you're...
I'm fine.
I just want to...
I'm sure I'd say something.
I appreciate all the work that goes into the Christmas Village setup and all. We have, it is just, the word doesn't, it's been overused, but it is absolutely awesome. And that works for that. And I think it's noteworthy that it's so good that the real Santa Claus comes in our parade, not one of those fake ones. It is so nice to have that parade, and it all comes together, culminates here at the amphitheater. What a neat thing to do, and it makes you really proud to live in Ogden. We have something that many other communities just covet, and they just can't do it. But we can, and it's wonderful. Appreciate those of you who have come to be with us. Mr. Tolman, also I'd like to echo Councilmember Nadolski, or Lopez's thanks for you being here. We appreciate, we don't do it very good without citizen involvement, and so we appreciate you being here. Anyway, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Lopez, second by Councilmember Nadolski to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. For those in the audience, we're waiting for the recorder to reset while we get ready for our special redevelopment agency meeting. So we're not going anywhere. We're staying put. Okay, welcome to our December 6th, 2016 special redevelopment agency meeting. Let the roll call reflect that all board members are present with the exceptions of Vice Chair Blair, who is asked to be excused, and due to Chair White's laryngitis, Board Member Heyer, will be acting chair for tonight's meeting. Next item on our agenda is approval of minutes. The special meeting of September 6th, 2016, I have reviewed those minutes and found them to be accurate. And then concerning the closed session of September 6th, 2016, Board Member Lopez.
I have reviewed the minutes, found them to be accurate, acting chair Heyer.
And then regular meeting of September 13th, 2016, Board Member Nadolski.
I've reviewed those minutes, found them to be accurate to my recollection, and I make a motion that we approve the minutes as presented.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Nadolski, seconded by Board Member Stevens, to approve the minutes. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay, next item is reports from administration. Looks like 3 items on that.
5. Mr. Cooper will be handling all 3 items.
Welcome, Mr. Cooper.
5 items.
5 items. Yeah, I got to turn the page.
Okay, thank you again. I appreciate the time. And I would just like to say that this packet tonight was fairly hefty, so I just want to say thanks to Janine and to Tracy for getting it out and getting it correct. It was late to them, unfortunately, so they did a lot of good work really at the last minute, so thank you. So just a moment ago, acting as the council, you approved Resolution 2016-26 and Resolution 26-27, approving the loans between the Sanitary Sewer Fund to the 25th Street RDA Fund for $912,000 and approving a loan between the CBD Mall RDA and the 25th Street RDA for $1,138,000. So the section 3, item 1, and item 2 are the same resolutions approving those loans on the RDA side. So again, we're looking for $912,000 coming from the Sanitary Sewer Fund to the 25th Street RDA Fund for the purchase of the Flowers Foods property located at 2557 Grant, and also the CBD Mall RDA Fund loaning this 25th Street RDA Fund $1.138 million. Both of those loans, for the record, have a 5-year term. The interest is tied to the PTIF, the rate in which we get on the investments that we make outside of the city, and a balloon payment would be due at the end of the term. There would be no payments during that term. So that is the loans between the Sanitary Sewer Fund and the CBD Mall. I'd like to take a minute more, if I can, to talk about the OIDC loan, the loan from the Ogden Industrial Development Corporation to the 25th Street RDA. This is in addition to the other 2 loans just mentioned. This completes the round of funding that would be necessary to purchase the property at 2557 Grant, the Flowers Foods property. This loan is for $1 million. It has a different term. It's 3 years, and it has a different rate. It would be 5%. There would be an interest-only payment required due on December 2017, December 18, and December 2017, December 2018, and December 2019, with the full principal payment due in December of 2019 as well. Revenue to repay all of these loans is contemplated to be paid from sales of the property. So as this property is planned and subdivided and subsequently sold off, then those monies would then come back to repay all 3 of these loans. So is there any question on any of these proposed resolutions.
What's the reason for a 5-year and a 3-year on these loans?
We tried to initially get all of them to line up with 5 years. As we approached the Ogden Industrial Development Corporation, they're looking to receive their money back quicker, so they countered to us with a 3-year loan. So that will be required to be paid back first.
All right.
Did you want to address the property demolition and that kind of thing in this part?
Sure. If I may jump to item number 5 with the real estate purchase contract, that's what all of these loans are about. So just to recap a little bit, Flowers Foods purchased the Hostess company back in 2013, and as doing so, they acquired this facility. It was redundant to some of the other facilities they had across the country, so they mothballed it. In fact, if you go in, it's a little eerie because everything is still there. It's like they clocked out on a Friday night and never came back. So we have been very interested in acquiring it because of its proximity to the other things in the downtown, especially 25th Street. One of the major items that we're looking to do is to alleviate some of the stress that we have, and this is not quite all of the picture, but the backs of the historic 25th Street backs up to this property here. This property is owned by the state, and there's some ingress and egress issues that we'd like to solve. So one of the reasons that one of the things that we would accomplish by purchasing this property would be to shift some of the parking and egress around a bit so that 25th Street owners have the ability to bring trucks and deliveries and other things to the backs of their buildings. So that was priority number 1. Priority number 2 is to not let this property go fallow for any longer. So there's a massive redevelopment opportunity here. It would require the demolition of most of the existing structure. This building here is one of the, from my research, shows as one of the first buildings that comprises this larger building. This is the old Wonder Bread Bakery. Some of you might know it as Brown's Ice Cream. And it's been added to, grown over a period of years. Most of the other building was built in the 40s and then expanded and grew to its present condition. So what we would like to do, pending the approval of the acquisition and the loans necessary to make that acquisition, we would like to move quickly into demolition, but hold back some of the funds that we would have for demolition and keep this building in place as long as we can. We're not exactly sure how this building has been constructed over time, if it's indeed feasible to tear off the other buildings that are connected to it without damaging this building. So our efforts are going to be directed to saving this as long as we can. There are some unique interior features still intact. I think we can do an interior demolition as well and save some of those and potentially put this building back into productive use closer to its original condition than what it is now. If that lasts very long or if that gets blended into a larger master plan development for the block, I can't say now, but there is some immediate potential to save it and to get some occupants into it while we work out what the rest of the block looks like. So that's our intent. With all of the loans that I've discussed tonight, the loan between the sanitary sewer and the 25th Street RDA, the loan between the CBD Mall and the 25th Street RDA, and the Ogden Industrial Development Corporation loan to the 25th Street RDA, all of those monies give us the ability to make the acquisition and also do the demolition and the asbestos abatement. So total, all of those are $3,050,000, and our budget now looks to be maxing that out with some of the demolition costs rising with asbestos abatement and things like that. So,
any questions for Mr. Cooper? I was wondering if you could find some Twinkies that we could sell and help to come up with some of that money.
I should have brought the picture. If you walk, it's a maze of a building. It's pretty amazing, but we made our way up to the plant manager's desk, and the whole office is totally bare except the desk in the middle and a single Twinkie on the desk. So I guess when he vacated the premises, it was Twinkie out, and he was gone. So that was his mic drop. But this place has occupied a very significant place in the history of the city.
Certainly has.
And a lot of folks have come and gone through that facility as employees and managers and things. So we would like to give it the respect it's due, but as is the case in some of these buildings, it's time to move on, and we like to link the past to the present as much as we can. But there is massive redevelopment opportunity here.
Thank you.
What is if this is approved, what is the timeline for?
Motion.
Pending approval, we would move into asbestos abatement bids immediately. That's a significant number, given the amount of asbestos that's still present. We would like to get that done before the summer starts because those abatement contractors really get tied up with the school contracts that they have. So to keep prices down, we'd get that done in the winter, early spring, and then once it's over, a demo can happen. So we're looking as a summer 2017 project.
Any other questions for Brandon? Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, concerning the first item, item I. Fixed. Any discussion or motion?
Chair, I'll make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-26 as presented.
Second.
Motion by Board Member Nadolski, seconded by Board Member Lopez, to adopt Resolution 2016-26. This is a roll call vote.
Board Member Garner.
Aye.
Board Member Lopez.
Aye.
Board Member Nadolski.
Aye.
Board Member Stevens.
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer.
Aye.
Chair White.
Aye.
Okay, that passes.
Acting Chair Heyer, I make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-27 if there isn't any discussion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Lopez, second by Board Member Garner, to adopt Resolution 2016-27. This is a roll call vote.
Board Member Lopez.
Aye.
Board Member Nadolski.
Aye.
Board Member Stevens.
Aye.
Board Member Garner.
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer.
Aye.
Chair White.
That passes also. Item number 3, 2016-25.
Acting Chair Heyer, I'll make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-25.
We have a second. Second. We have a motion by Board Member Garner, second by Board Member Lopez, to adopt Resolution 2016-25. This is a roll call vote.
Board Member Nadolski.
Aye.
Board Member Stevens.
Aye.
Board Member Garner.
Aye.
Board Member Lopez.
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer.
Aye.
Chair White.
Aye.
That passes also.
Acting Chair Heyer, I make a motion that we adopt proposed resolution 2016-24.
And I'll
Acting Chair
second
Heyer.
that, but that's to set the public hearing for December 20th, 2016.
Okay.
Make a motion for that.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Lopez, second by Board Member Garner, to set the public hearing for December 20th on Resolution 2016-24. This is a voice vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Okay. And finally, on item 2016-28. Do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we adopt Resolution 2016-28.
Second.
I have a motion by Board Member Stevens, second by Board Member Lopez, to adopt Resolution 2016-28. This is a roll call vote.
Board Member Stevens.
Aye.
Board Member Garner.
Aye.
Board Member Lopez.
Aye.
Board Member Nadolski.
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer.
Aye.
Chair White.
Aye.
That passes. We let her off the hook.
Budget amendment.
Okay. Next item on our agenda is public hearing. First is a public hearing concerning fiscal year 2017 budget amendment, interfund loan for future property purchase.
Lisa Stout will be handling both of these items.
Okay. Welcome back, Ms. Stout.
Thank you, board members. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. The resolution before you this evening is to appropriate the budget to allow the city to transfer $912,000 in loan proceeds to the redevelopment agency, the 25th Street area, and to appropriate money from the CBD Mall to the 25th Street area. Originally, this was submitted with an appropriation in the RDA General Fund. However, we are substituting the schedules attached to the resolution to change that accounting to the 25th Street RDA area. These funds would become obligations of the 25th Street area and would be repaid with the sources that Brandon Cooper reviewed with you when you adopted the loan agreements. The total appropriation is I lost my place, $50,000. Again, $1,138,000 would come from the CBD Mall, and $912,000 would come from the city.
Any questions for Lisa? Okay. Well, this is a public hearing. Do we have a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make a motion that we open the public hearing regarding this item.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion by Board Member Garner, second by Board Member Nadolski to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the public hearing is now open for this item. And now would be your opportunity to discuss this item. Seeing no movement on this item.
I will make a motion to substitute the revenue and appropriation schedule, replacing the general RDA fund account with the 25th Street project area accounts.
Second.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
And the public hearing needs to be closed.
Oh, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing. No.
Second. We're not to that point on the agenda yet. Just hang on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, we have a motion to close the public hearing by Councilmember Garner, seconded by who? Who seconded that?
I did. Second.
Seconded by Board Member Nadolski. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed?
With that, I will make a motion that we make a motion to substitute the revenue and appropriation schedules, replacing the general RDA fund accounts with the 25th Street project area accounts.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Garner, second by Board Member Nadolski, to substitute the
Appropriation
revenue
schedules.
and appropriation schedules.
Voice vote.
And this is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Okay, that's really a little type. I'm sorry, I'm having to squint a little.
With that, I will make a motion that we adopt the resolution 2016-22 with the substituted schedules.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Garner, seconded by Board Member Nadolski. You said to not adopt?
No, to adopt with the substituted schedules.
Oh, that's right. Okay, to adopt with substituted schedule. And this is a roll call vote.
Board Member Garner?
Aye.
Board Member Lopez?
Aye.
Board Member Nadolski?
Aye.
Board Member Stevens?
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer?
Aye.
Chair White?
Aye.
Okay, that passes. Okay, next item is fiscal year 2017 budget amendment, interfund transfer for future property purchase. Welcome back, Lisa.
Thank you. As you recall, in the Ogden City meeting earlier, we amended a budget opening to reduce a transfer from the city to the RDA in the amount of $900,000. The resolution before you this evening, as the RDA board, is to appropriate $900,000 into the RDA. It is the recommendation of administration that you move to not adopt this ordinance, since there is no counterbalancing ordinance in the city to fund that transfer. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This is a public hearing. Do we have a
I will
motion?
make a motion that we open the public hearing regarding this item.
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Garner, second by Board Member Stevens to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The public hearing is open for this item.
Seeing no movement on this item, I will make a motion.
Okay, well, let's just be clear. The public hearing is for fiscal year 2017 budget amendment for future property purchase. Is that what you're here to discuss? we are, after this is over, we'll have the public comments, and you're up for that one, okay? All right. Okay.
Okay. So since there's no movement on this item for the public hearing, I will make a motion that we close the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Board Member Garner, seconded by Board Member Nadolski to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, we have a motion on item 4B.
I will make a motion to not adopt the resolution 2016-23.
Okay, do we have a second? We have a motion by Board Member Garner, seconded by Board Member Nadolski to not adopt. It's therefore, if you vote aye, you will be voting to not adopt this item. Everybody clear on the way the vote will shift on this one? Okay, this is a roll call vote.
Board Member Lopez.
Aye.
Board Member Nadolski.
Aye.
Board Member Stevens.
Aye.
Board Member Garner.
Aye.
Acting Chair Heyer.
Aye?
Chair White.
Aye.
Okay, that passes. That passes to not pass. Pass to not pass. Are really confusing. Double negatives. You shouldn't do those. Double negatives. Okay, now we're up to public comment. This is an opportunity to address the board concerning your ideas on any topic. Please come forward and give us your name and address for the record, and limit your comments to 3 minutes.
My name is Alonso Garcia. I live at 2855 Adams, apartment number 3. My concern is, 33rd and Wall. Now, I was homeless for a lot of years at 26th and Benford. But now that the time is coming, they feed 180 meals a day for lunch. And there's 300 people that live there for dinner. Please, I'm asking you, can we get a pedestrian crossing there? It took 2 friends, one in December, one in February, to get it down on 26th and Benford. I don't want to see that happen again. Please, I know that Wall Avenue is UDOT, and it takes your support to tell them, pay attention. So I come to ask you. And especially now, since the holidays are coming, there's a lot of families that go there. And crossing that street is dangerous. It really is. Try it sometime. I'm asking you. Look at it and see. Between 31st and 36th, it's a drag street. And Utah state law says pedestrians have the right of way, but it's not paid attention to. So please, I'm asking you, get UDOT to look at it. And I thank you for that.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Okay, is there anyone else? Okay. Seeing no movement, comments from our executive director.
Sure, I'll just address that really quick. UDOT is doing a study right now. All the pressure in the world doesn't get UDOT out of their process of studies, engineering, and then finally execution. Those of you that will remember, I think it took us 4 years to get 4 pedestrian crossings on Washington Boulevard as it went through that. So they don't move fast, but just so you all know, we are working hard on that. And I want to publicly thank Brandon Cooper. This Twinkie purchase, the Flowers Food, still something he has worked tirelessly on for 3 years, has approached from a number of different angles. Appreciate you being a dog on the bone with these things like you are, and you do a great job in representing us, so thank you very much, and that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Any comments from our board members?
I'd like to make the comment, if you don't mind, if someone from administration could follow up with Mr. Garcia and share that message. I wish he had stayed so he could have heard the mayor's remark on the Wall Avenue. I would appreciate that. Thanks.
Anyone else? Okay, look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Board Member Stevens, or Garner, seconded by Chair White to adjourn. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?